My favorite fucking deadbeat dad is finally getting the recognition that he deserves. It is an amazing year to be a Cyclops fan, an X-Men fan, but most importantly, a Scott Summers fan. After years of horrendous dog shit Fox movies, comic book writers blatantly just mischaracterizing Scott for the sake of a dramatic story, and the complete assassination of like all Marvel vs. Capcom games or Marvel x Capcom games. It was such a hassle trying to find any one of these games. They got delisted from Xbox stores, PlayStation stores, and then Nintendo's fucking Nintendo, right? But this all changed with the release of X-Men 97. After that cartoon dropped, it seemed like it was a great time to be an X-Men fan again. Great characters, great animation, great storytelling, people finally realizing after all these years Magneto is in fact right. And if that didn't edge and blue ball you enough, you got this Nintendo Direct stating that all the Marvel games made by Capcom, virtually, are pretty much going to be in this mega collection coming to Nintendo, PlayStation, PC, sadly not Xbox. It's a tough year to be an Xbox fan. Like honestly, if you're an Xbox fan, you should go buy a 12 gauge shotgun and put it in your mouth and blow your brains out, because you're not getting any games this year. And now while I will say I really have been enjoying the Krakoa era of comics from the X-Men, it didn't seem like a lot of people were really talking about it. I mean, diehard X-Men fans were. The current X-Men comics are literally breaking the mold right now. They're changing the status quo from X-Men. And I would really also like to think that this status quo made a snowball effect. Other comic books are also changing their status quos. Even if we look at some of Batman's new runs, in the new runs, Alfred is dead. Sorry, spoiler alert. That's my bad, if you didn't know that. Please don't unsubscribe and report my video. But going back to the point, yeah, these status quos are changing, and that's so good to see. And I'm really glad that the X-Men are spearheading this change. With the mutants going to be coming into the MCU from the Deadpool and the Wolverine movie coming out, I'm actually very excited for that too. It really does seem like the poster team for Marvel is going to bring in a new golden age. And I really do mean that the X-Men are the poster team. A lot of people like to think that the Avengers are, but that's really just not the case. You have to remember, the original team-up comic was the X-Men. Not by a debut or publishing year, but in means of popularity. And what was really different from the Avengers and X-Men is that people cared about the individual X-Men. And that's not to say that people didn't care about the Avengers, but you have to remember at the time, the Avengers were this collection of superheroes, right? Each had their own individual fan base. They didn't really care about them as a team. It was just good to see Thor dap up the fucking Hulk, right? It was good to see your favorite comic book characters interact, but you didn't necessarily care about them coming together as a team. More so, it was just a crossover. Sure, that opinion has probably changed now, but like I said, back then, heavy on the back then, this was not the case. Games, movies, a consistent release of a great cartoon that was beloved by every single X-Men fan. And with the release of the current X-Men with the whole Krakoa situation, I truly think that is a great time to be an X-Men fan. I do want to end this video off by saying, please go buy the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. We need to prove that, as X-Men fans, but more as gamers, that we really care about this stuff. Not everything has to be an $80 million AAA title. Sometimes we like to have things more stylized and personalized to our taste. That being said, see you later.